I think the students would describe themselves as a band of brothers. That remains with you throughout your life, and so later on, even though people have many other experiences in their lifetime, college and beyond, workforce and family, they still have that strong sense of identification with those students whom they learned to get to know when they were here at Mount Michael. If I were to say what the mission of Mount Michael is, I would say that we hope to send into the world gentlemen who are well educated, who have a strong foundation in morals and ethics based upon our own Catholic and specifically Benedictine tradition.
It's amazing, the product. It's amazing what our alumni are doing worldwide, not just in this country. It's really impressive.
I think it's the best place for a young man to receive an education in the state of Nebraska and even in the Midwest or in the United States.
And so as part of that educational process, you also become a member of the family. And the hope is that everyone is pulled together forward for higher success because of the entire environment that a student experiences.
The whole history is amazing, how the monastic community started here, and it was a seminary and then became an all-boys boarding school in 1970, and just the commitment that they had to open the school and the success that it's had over the years.
I think a student who wants to grow in a variety of ways is an excellent candidate to come to Mount Michael, a guy who wants to make the most of an excellent opportunity.
We have actually 3 types of students here. We have our 5-day boarders, then we also have 7-day boarders, and then we have our day students.
In recent years, Mount Michael's student population has grown to include several states and several countries, and I think that helps enhance everyone's experience.
Well, spirituality, it's a big deal to me. That's one of the main reasons why I came here.
Being a boarder gives me the opportunity to receive the sacraments that I wouldn't normally be able to receive every day if I wanted to. And having a Monday morning chapel every week and then having all school masses is just a great way to enjoy my spirituality.
Every Monday morning we have chapel, and so it begins with the Benedictine presentation, and many times one of the monastic members, one of the monks, will lead that and talk to the boys about one of our Benedictine values.
But the chapel's here for the boys whenever students come in and pray in the evenings, free time during the school day. It's always available to them, and having these religious men here is really a benefit. They provide the sacraments when desired. Student feels like they want to go to confession, it's available for them really whenever. And the community masses are great to help the students develop their spiritual life.
Mr. Heaston, he has a youth group that I go to, and we do stuff with that, a scripture study, we watch the religious movies, we do volunteer hours, and then also I've been starting to go to Mass in the mornings with the monks too, me and another student here, and so that's really given me a chance to grow.
I want to be a good person, and I want to do good in the world and just make a difference.
I think Mount Michael's reputation speaks for itself. If you look at how accomplished our alums are, what our seniors do on an annual basis, I think it's hard to argue that Mount Michael isn't one of the best college prep schools in the country.
And we ask these boys to do a lot, and we challenge them and make them really step up to the plate. But
It's a unique educational environment, I think, is the first thing to understand. It's a college prep format in terms of the expectations of the students that come to Mount Michael. So I would like to think that we set the bar a little bit higher here in terms of what we would like our students to achieve.
The kids really challenge each other. They are competitive in the way they go about their academics, and I think that whole sort of environment, that atmosphere, really makes Mount Michael the place that it is.
what we really want these boys to do is to be able to think critically. It's one thing to ask them, memorize this. Anyone can do that. When they come here, we ask them to understand things.
We have them in study halls during the evening. They do a lot of things together, and we focus on the things that they need to do to succeed.
With our academics, we really do keep track of how, individual students, if there's somebody struggling, they get extra help outside of school.
I think there's no doubt about it that it prepared me for college. I think you understood what it took to do well academically. The standards are tough here, and you understood what you had to do to prepare well, to do well.
There's just so much that for everyone you can do.
All right, nights up 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice!
I run cross country and I play soccer, and athletics out here, it's a lot different than at bigger schools because you get more opportunities.
I participate in cross country right now, student council, and student ambassadors.
One of the benefits of coming to a smaller school is that everyone has an opportunity to participate in all the extracurricular activities.
For me, if I were going to send my son to school, I'd want him to have an opportunity to play sports and continue, because I think that's just an important aspect to have, no matter how good you are. I wasn't a great athlete, but I had an opportunity to play. I had an opportunity to participate, and that's what I would want for my own kids.
Knowing that I'm always going to be able to make a team and to play with my friends, it just gives me more confidence knowing that it's there and I can get it if I want.
Most of our boys participate in at least one sport, and many participate in several, which is a great benefit of the smaller community. Boys have a lot of fun, and it helps develop their community, and it's also a good character building moment. We have coaches who do a great job in working with the boys, not just in athletics, but encouraging them in their academic life and socially as well.
That's what I enjoyed most about it from an athletic standpoint, but then also from journalism to other extracurricular activities. I think as a smaller school, that's the thing I probably enjoyed the most about it, is that you had an opportunity to do a lot of different types of things.
It's a lot of fun to participate in all the sports out here because the teams are all really good.
We compete, even though we're a smaller school, we still compete. We've won, like 20 state championships and a dozen or so runner-ups, so we definitely compete even though we're smaller.
9, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
The teachers here know their stuff, and that makes all the difference in the world.
This is a great place to work, not only because of the students, but also because of my coworkers. I get to teach with people who are well qualified in their subject areas. They have degrees in the fields that they're teaching in, and a lot of them have advanced degrees as well, which is just very admirable.
The teachers are really helpful. It's more an interactive setting. The school itself is really small, so all the teachers get to know you, you get to know the teachers, so it's a more personal experience than any other school.
Having teachers who have that kind of experience in their fields and that desire to keep learning and keep progressing, it's just invaluable to the students, both in education and as an example to them of being lifelong learners.
Because the boys are away from home, they actually value their contact with their parents and their family more.
I think really it's helped us learn to communicate better because we know how to talk to each other now.
It's more about quality time instead of the quantity. They only see their sons on the weekends or sometimes at Wednesday night visits if they come out to visit. But the time that they spend with their sons is much more valuable to the boys as well as to the parents, since there's that time apart during the week.
You know, someone said to me, you know, when your sons come home, they really want to be home because they've missed you and they've been able to be with their friends all week, and they've had all sorts of activities and practices and school. And it's true, when they come home, they want to be with their families.